rested the blower against the rake as a, base setting. As you can see, you have a little bit more leaves blown on the side that used the tube. I mean, take it as it is. I don't know how you want to really show this. I showed the other video of it blowing a pile of leaves, and it was actually kind of quicker than using the regular tube. Not very dramatic, but trying to show what it can do. And some people said, is it hollow? Yes it is. Alright, we're on the back porch, and sorry for the background noise and the wind here, but anyways, so if I edited the video correctly, you just saw videos of the, like, I don't know, Cyclone tube attachment, whatever you want to call it, on a little handheld steel blower. So in one video, it was 1 yard, it was dry maple leaves, and I rested the blower with its regular tube, and then with that tube against a rake, just as a, kind of like a benchmark scientific thing, blew it. So you don't get more force blowing the leaves forward with this steel handheld in this situation. Again, it's a small leaf blower. They have only so much power because of their size, obviously. And if you read in the captions for the box that I'm holding up, this just increases the airflow through the openings of the tube so that you get more volume of air. So instead of getting a concentrated stream of air coming out of the regular tube, it's wider, so you can move the leaf pile bigger instead of having to jostle and oscillate the machine to get it to blow a bigger pile, and so on and so forth. As far as, oh, this is gonna replace not needing to get a bigger leaf blower, so on and so forth. No. Um, I've used it on cleanups, up against houses where, the shrubs are really big. They're up against the house. They don't want to trim them back because then they'll look dead. And when you look out from the window, all you see is, the bare inner branch structure of the shrub because it's too big, but they don't want to take it out, and so on and so forth. Anyways, with a backpack blower, you're hitting up against the house. No offense, I don't want to deal with broke a window, damaged trim or siding. I don't want to play with that, so I use the little handheld to get in there to blow it out, so that then you can come in with a backpack blower or a leaf vac with a hose extension to grab it from under the shrubs and so on and so forth. This helped out greatly in that because it's a bigger pattern of airflow instead of the narrow pattern that you get. It increases the jet of air. So instead of it being narrow, it's a little bit broader. So you can actually move the leaves a little bit more. And again, I've gone through after and getting the leaves that were really stuck in some of the stems and the bases of shrubs, just because a backpack blower has that more newtons, that force of air, where these little ones can only do so much, obviously. Let me rotate the box. This just gives you some key points. I know it's upside down. I know. Oh, well, this is the way the box is written. That's the name of the company. Here's another illustration of airflow through it, and there you have the website number for it. Anyways, so using it to blow out in tight areas, it worked better in getting the leaves to just get out of the tight space so that you can easily reach it with other machines, other equipment. I would grab this little blower more often this year with this tube on it, just to blow out those tight areas, to get it to just get it done instead of fighting with a rake or a backpack and getting up close to a house. It was just easier to grab the little handheld with this attachment on it. Now here's another side. Now the gentleman in the picture, he's the one that came up with it. I picked this up at the Equip Expo. See right there, that's his claim, and right there it says adapted to the blowers and the size tubes. It's supposed to be 2 to 4 inch diameter tubes. This part, that's what he means there. I don't know, you want to see now this side? I don't know. Anyways, so I saw a great improvement of the performance out of this machine. The first video I did, I kind of tried to do a side-by-side, but you, again, didn't really see much of it. And then the second part was me blowing a pile of leaves with it, and it actually blew pretty well. Those leaves were slightly wet after a light rain and morning dew on them, and it blew out pretty well. So it does increase it a little bit. It doesn't give you more force to get leaves that are stuck out, again, because it's the size of the machine. You go with a bigger machine, it has more force to get these leaves that are stuck out. And there's even some backpack blowers that are smaller that have these small tubes on them for this to clamp onto. That's what it's really for. Then when you get to the big blowers that have I think they're 6 inches, I think that's what it is on the big Shindawas that I have. Anyways, so it connects with, you fit over these fins. Now on the back of these fins there's it's just plastic, and there's like a little grip, a little bit of rubber on them to give you some grip on the pipe, on the tube. And you just tighten these belts down. They are a type of rubber, and I already asked the guy, like, you know, do you have to order these buckles when they break, or can you, you know, use a zip tie? And he said, yeah, I use a zip tie, but he said big zip tie because he was speaking, he has a French accent. That's what I'm trying to say. Blech. So he has a French accent, so he meant like big zip ties. So not the normal little tiny zip ties that you have, you know, those bigger ones that are like 18 inches long and stuff, you know, the big like packaging ones that'll fit through these collars right there. That'll fit that diameter, the same width as this. You know, you can use that and you're ready to go. So and in that first video, people were like, you know, oh, is it hollow? I got sun glare, so see right in there, it's hollow. All you're doing is you're sucking in more air through here, through these holes and out the end, to give you that bigger volume of air. Let me bring it back to that picture. You're just adding volume. You know, I was trying to show it how it is improved. You know, this isn't my reason for doing a video. It's just to show what I do and what I can do for, you know, people that are looking and they're researching my company, and, you know, can we do the job that they're thinking of, or see that we did a job similar to what they need done. That's all I'm trying to do. And, you know, seeing something like this, it's, you know, it's something that I could see a lot of people saying, hey, you know what, I don't want to buy another bigger backpack, or, you know, whatever the situation is. Maybe you have a smaller yard and you don't need a bigger backpack. You have handhelds, you know, whether it's gas, corded, or electric, battery, electric, doesn't matter. And you just want to improve it a little bit, there you go. Or, you know, whatever your situation is. If you don't want to, sorry. If you don't want to go to, you know, getting the biggest, baddest blower, you just want something that works and fits your budget, or storage options or whatever, this is kind of a decent option. It's not very expensive. This was at the expo in the West Wing, towards the far outside wall from the entrance of the West Wing, if you were at the show. You know, to me it works. I tried to show it off as how it is. I don't know what kind of videos he has, but at the show, I was looking at it. He's like, oh, you know, stand back, and it was about like 10 feet away from the little demonstrator that he had, and he slid the tube back so that these holes were back here, so you didn't get the added flow. Sorry, by the bad camera angle. Slid it back so that these holes were covered by the pipe, the tube. And, you know, he gave a burst of air. So, you know, it's like, okay, it's the typical little puff of air that you get. And he slid it back down to how you see it here, where these holes can pull in air. And when he gave a blast of air, you could feel the difference blowing against me. And obviously everybody standing there can see that there's more volume of air being blown. So does it improve airspeed? No. Does it give you more volume of air to kind of push more leaves in a single spot instead of just that narrow, little focused jet? Yes. Now, I know with these blowers you can get the oval or flattened end piece instead of the, you know, just typical narrow piece. I know you can get those. But those, that you're still working with the same volume of air that comes out of the machine. This adds to it. Why haven't big blower companies done this on their machines? You know, whatever brand. I'm not getting into brands. Whatever brand, why haven't they come up with this idea? I don't know. Why not? Makes it easier, you know, especially with the battery units and how long they last. Nobody came up with this idea for the tubes, especially on the battery ones, to make them more efficient, give them longer run time on the batteries. Hint, hint. If anyone's watching this, hint, hint. I don't know, but I say again, for me, what I've done, yes, I didn't document it. And sidebar, I don't always get the homeowners to give consent to take video, even though we don't, give out addresses or anything. I don't always get consent to just video anyways. So I can't always do that. Even though there were some times using this that it's like, man, I wish I had, a helmet cam or a body cam to show this being used and how much more function it gives the little handheld machine. I wish I did, but obviously if I don't have consent, I'm not going to get into that legal battle. I'm almost done with my cleanups. If I have a situation that I can kind of show it again, yeah, but hopefully this works for somebody that's kind of looking and they see the video and kind of like, oh geez, it does work. Or they go, let me flip the box over to where the website is. If they go online to the website and look at it and there's better videos, or somebody else is talking to it and it helps you out, hey, that's fine by me that it helped you out to make leaf cleanup a little bit easier on you or improve your little leaf blower. I'm not here to sell something. It's just I see this and it's working well. It does give you more volume to help move leaves. No, it does not improve the force of the air to blow out, like leaves that are stuck in the bottom of the shrubs or frozen to the ground and you're just trying to blow them out. It doesn't give it that power. It gives you volume. So you're really going to see it where there's a pile of leaves and you're trying to move that pile of leaves and it's a tight area, or you have a small yard and you're trying to move it. That's where you're going to see this work. If I have an opportunity to do that, and this is what hold on, back up. Woo! What I showed of it going side by side, just doing a standby blow of leaves just laying flat, I admit it's wrong. Because where this really shines is with a pile. Now I'm trying to think of the ones that I have left. I'm not going to have time to do like a side-by-side of blowing a pile with the regular tube and then blowing a pile with this tube. If you have a small blower like this and you know how it reacts, and then you see this work on a pile and what it's actually moving, and you can see it moving a broader section of leaves, showing the extra air volume, then you're going to understand that, hey, it's working for him. Maybe I should give it a shot. It's not that expensive. I don't think. I got it as a show special. So I don't know what it costs, but honestly, it does work. It's kind of made the little blower a little bit better for me, and my wife when she helps me. So I can see why it wouldn't work on other small handhelds to improve the volume of air that it's moving. Here's another good analogy. Oh, geez, is that a helicopter? Well, that's a helicopter in the background. Thanks, guys. Here's another situation. I had some leaves that got clumped when we were moving some wet leaves, and there was a clump of shredded leaves in a spot, so we were blowing it out. And with this blower on it, it's just like blowing grass clumps. You want it to burst and disperse. And with the volume of air that this now pushes out, that clump of shredded wet leaves, it gave it a burst of air and dispersed all the little pieces, just like when you're trying to get the clumps of grass out of the lawn. You just want to break up the clump so it can fall down in between the blades of the grass. That's a good analogy of what it does. It's just that big blast of air. It's not a focused uh, a focused blast. It's a broader, wider blast of volume of air. I don't know if it even worked. If you've lasted this long, thank you very much. You know, maybe this will help you, or maybe it might be something that you can give to somebody that, you know, they don't want to use a backpack for whatever reason. You know, they're fine with a little handheld. Maybe this will help them and make it work, or makes you go onto the website and check it out even more, because obviously I'm not doing a very good job here of trying to explain how this works. But you know, does it give you more volume of air like he claims? You know, like in the pictures in here? Yes. Yes, it does. Does it make it more powerful? No. No, it doesn't. Can you move more leaves in a pile? Yes. Is it going to make you not have to buy a second battery if you have a battery blower? No, because I'm not going to say yes, because I don't know what your yard looks like. You know, if you have a lot of shrubs or no shrubs, or a lot of spaces that leaves get stuck in and you're trying to blow them out, I'm not going to say yes, because it's not going to blow out leaves that are stuck, because it's just a little blower. So that's kind of up to you to decide what your yard is. I can't tell you yes or no. So that's going to, you know, probably piss off some people, and, well, good for you. I don't know your yard. I can't tell you. But yeah, I like it. If you've been thinking about it, I say go for it. Well, he's got a QR code, and I just noticed /instructions. There you go. For installing and use. There you go. How about that? I like it. This was, I guess, the first time he's been there, and that's the first time I saw him there. So I picked it up, and I do not regret buying it. And this is coming from, you know, you use these machines, you run the machines until they're, you know, dead in, you know, a few years. Unlike homeowners that use it every once in a while, we use it hard. So I say it's a good buy. You know, it's not gonna have the extra force as a big blower does, because again, that's newtons and the speed of the air. This just gives you volume to help you move the leaves, not blow them out of the little spots. So take it easy, stay warm, and catch you on the next one.